Thanks for joining us tonight. What do you use social media for? Is it to catch up with old friends, maybe listen to music, Cherie, play games? Some of you? Well, just a few weeks from the filing deadline for the 2010 Arkansas elections, politicians also using social media sites on a daily basis. Let's get you in the know on some of the reasons why. You know, let's just face it, more often than not, political news actually first breaks on the internet. More on that in a sec. You'll also find official candidate announcements on the social media front. And finally, oh, how the rumor mill does churn on the internet. Who's in, who's out, all the rumors and latest gossip is online. Now, JR, you've been covering all things politics for us as we get ready for the 2010 Arkansas elections. And, you know, we really are starting to see Facebook and Twitter play big roles in politics.
Oh, yeah, it's kind of crazy, Brad. Absolutely. Nearly every candidate running for something has both, and they're starting to break the news even before the news breaks it.
Social media has literally changed the landscape of how we do pretty much everything. Sites like Facebook and Twitter have taken communication beyond imagination, and now those social networks, along with a countless number of blogs out there, are quickly becoming our first source of information. And never has it been more evident than the last few weeks right here in Arkansas politics. On January 15th, Democratic Congressman Vic Snyder announced he would not be seeking re-election. Within minutes, several blogs had already listed potential Democrats who might be interested in Snyder's 2nd District seat. A few days later, Twitter was full of tweeters tweeting reports that U.S. Representative John Bozeman was tossing his hat into the race against U.S. Senator Blanche Lincoln. And by the time newspapers, or TV for that matter, had reported Democratic Congressman Marion Barry's retirement, it was old news, thanks once again to, you guessed it, social media. So what does this mean for natural state politics in particular? Well, for one thing, it won't ever be the same. Anyone with a Facebook, Twitter, or blog account could essentially be part of the news. For politicians, on the other hand, it's created a quicker means of communication between themselves and their constituents. Plus, it allows them to release information on their timing and put an end to rumors almost immediately. In fact, just last week, State Senator Gilbert Baker issued a press release via Twitter debunking rumors he was withdrawing from the U.S. Senate race to run for Snyder's seat. Senator Lincoln put similar rumors to rest, which suggested she wouldn't be seeking re-election due in large part to low poll numbers. So, bottom line, social media gets information out quicker than ever before. And hey, in a political season where candidates seem to be playing musical chairs with congressional seats, social immediacy may be a good thing.
Some pretty interesting stuff there, Brad. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you're seeing a ton of politicians not only use this for their election campaigns, but at the same time, you know, a lot of this news is breaking every second of the day, especially with all the candidates we have in the race. So.
And it's funny, I want to get your thoughts on this real quick. You've been following this.
Yeah.
Blanche Lincoln last week, her campaign issues a tweet saying a major announcement on the way. We'll come to find out the major announcement really wasn't much of a major announcement. Does that just go to show you got to be careful how you use the internet as well?
Oh, absolutely. Like we talked about, there's a ton of blogs out there. And obviously Facebook and Twitter, that's people's own accounts, and you have to be aware of that. There's a lot of blogs out there. When it comes to credibility, you have to really check them out to make sure they are a credible news source. And of course, politicians a lot of times are trying to use these big announcements to really get inside people's head, generate a little thought. A lot of people thought that big announcement may be her, you know, like I mentioned there, getting out of the race altogether, but that wasn't the case. It's all about money. So I'm sure we'll see this, see a few more of those internet announcements in the coming weeks.
All right. Very cool. Nice editing in that story as well. All right, thank you for that.